normally. Is this okay? Als je die gewoon op mijzelf duwt. Zie! En 1, 2. Ja! En nu de reacties. Oh. En nu zie je het niet. Maar ik moet toch mijn chat kunnen zien?
Als er iemand is, gaat dat er voorop verschijnen.
Ja! Okay, my chat is working. Finally setting it up as I want to. Ah, hi Mia. I had to start my TV to be able to read your messages. So it's all new for me, first time. And it's learning, eh? So, and I didn't give a shout out in the group, so we will see who is able to join in and who not. But I think this is still online, so if people afterwards will watching it, they can. So yeah. You probably know this project already. It's the Super Size Max Color Coloring Book Afternoon from Amy Stewart. And this one is on 28 count, 1/1, full cross on Even Weave. But it's smaller, so I think you can see it well here. It was a struggle to set up because I have my magnifier here. And then I have to have my camera here, so, and my tablet, so I'm surrounded with everything. Yeah. 3. I even had to move my fabric so I would be able to film here. So yeah, we will see how this goes. If you have questions for me, of course you can ask me those. I will try to answer in the best way I can. So yeah, welcome everyone who is watching. And now I'm just filling out my threads that were parked. I don't see comments now. Ah, hi Andrea. Hi Eva. I think I answered your question on my Floss video about Even Weave. Wasn't it clear? Then you can message me. Then I will show it to you again live. It was about Even Weave fabric. So I think there are still people joining in. I can't see it, so I'm thinking. Ah, yeah, but I can ask, and I can show you it again, Eva. I hope, Andrea, you get your stitching bug back. In 3. So I will do a tutorial again about the Eva weave in a bit. I will just finish my thread first. And taking a color that's easier to show. So yeah, it's just finishing my thread. I'm just stitching, Eva. I will show it to you in a bit. It's almost finished. This is, like I said, 28 count, so it's also Eva weave. It doesn't matter if it's 25. If it's 25 or 28 count, Eva weave is Eva weave. It doesn't matter the size. The way you stitch on this is the same. And then I will go back to the tutorial. In fact, you just read the fabric. Like I answered on Eva, her comment. No, I stitch as not a snail tempo. I'm stitching for 25 years now, so it's just a rhythm that you, I think, build up. It's like a training you do. So, yep. See, that's why I don't like 28 count. These threads from the fabric are so small that you can't, the false pin stitch is harder to do. Yeah, it's in it. So that's why I don't like 28 count. But it was already so far with this one, so I have to pull through. Yeah. And then taking my new thread. Yeah, it's moving a bit because I'm marking up my from my tablet. So this is my, let's say, kitted up that I made myself. It's just the pages from the chart. You can see it's on top. And this is printed on hard paper, and then you put your holes in it and you put your floss in it. So it's just hard paper. So 3806. I don't have them all kitted up like this way. I normally use my master set, but for the big one I use them each week. So then I have these. So back to the tutorial. First threading my needle. I hope, can you see the threads on the fabric? Or not? Otherwise I have to zoom in. Yes, cardstock, that was the word. I was thinking of a cupboard, but that's not it. So, to start the tutorial again about how to stitch on Easy Weave. Like I said, you have to read your fabric. So, I start here in a moment. My first stitch. So I will do my loop stitch first. And then you see this thread from the fabric is vertical. So my first legs are always the same. So first the loop stitch. So I have a thread. Then it was here I have to come up. So I start my stitch in the left bottom of the 4 holes. And then I go up to the right to make my first half stitch. So now I'm just pulling, so make my loop. So back to the first where I just came up in. Now I have the loop here. I come up in the right top with my needle. Put it right away in the loop. Pull it tight and gently. Back to it in the hole as I started it. So now I have my first half leg like this. I said before I started my stitch that the fabric is lying like this. So I have to come up in the right bottom of my stitch and I end it in the left top. Then is my stitch done. Now I go to the right. So again, here, left bottom, up, down, right top. It's again one that is vertical. So again, right bottom, left top. Those two are the same. So it's again left bottom, right top, right bottom, because it's vertical from the fabric. That's on top. Here the same. Left bottom, right top, right bottom, left top. This one is not the same, because this thread here, maybe you can see it, that's on top, is horizontal. So the same first half left bottom, and I have a little knot. So first pulling that out. Then I go back to the right top, and it was horizontally. So now I come up at the left top and go down in the right bottom. So I did the same stitch but in the other direction, so it wouldn't slip under my fabric. Here, left bottom, right top. It was vertical, so right bottom, left top. Now I go under it, so it's again left bottom, right top, left on top because it is a horizontal fabric, and back to the right. One more, left, bottom, right top, horizontally, so right bottom, left top. Then it's here, it is a horizontally one, left bottom, right top, left top, right bottom. Now I have two to each other. This one is special because I go from left to right close to each other. So the first one is the same. Left, it's horizontally, so it goes like left, and then I end again right bottom. Normally I would start here again in my left bottom, but I can't. Yes, you always have to read the fabric thread. If I don't do that, it will slip. I will show it in a bit how that looks. But this, so now I have two next to each other. So I cannot start again in my left bottom. I ended there. So now I start in my right top. Go to the left bottom. So I have the same half stitch. It was vertical. So I go from the right bottom to the left top. Where can I show it, the slippery? Not here, it's between others. So this is also one left bottom, right bottom. It's horizontal, vertically right bottom and then left bottom. But let's say this is not the stitch there it's needed, so I will show it like this. If you don't follow your threads from your fabric, like this, now it's horizontally, so I have to start left bottom. So let's say I don't do it. Then for this one it would be great. You don't see it, but sometimes you see it already happening. Like you have finished one and you go to one on underneath, and then it's already slippery. Now I have to fold that one. So I hope that makes sense or how to do this. It's just reading the fabric, that's the fabric thread on top. Yeah, correct, Eva. And when you're used to stitch on Eva Weave, you do that automatically. You don't think about it. That's the difference. When I'm just stitching, I'm stitching away and I don't think about how to stitch. I just do it. Yeah, how long I'm stitching on 25 count? I think 8 years now. And the first time was very, very tough. And I thought I could never do it. And then I said, okay, the first hour you do this, you think, oh no, this is never going to happen. It will not work. And then you just pursue and you can it. You can do it. You learn it. It takes time, but you learn it. So yeah. Yeah, 20 count is already small. Do you use a magnifier, Eva, or not? Or is that not the reason that you want to go to 25 count? My first stitching was on 14 count Ada. Then I went to 18 and 20 count Ada, and then I started on 25. And I prefer my 25 count fabric. Yeah, I had a comment read somewhere this week, and there was a person saying she wanted to stitch a Max collar, but she hadn't the courage to start it because it was so difficult and it had a lot of confetti. And I answered her, it's just one stitch at a time. And it is. You don't think about all the colors, you just stitch one stitch at a time. Reading glasses. Yeah, I have also my glasses. But it's not enough to see. I have my glasses to see the far away, not close by. And my doctor already said with time I would need one for both, for far and for close seeing. But for now I'm good with the magnifier. It's a bit easier on the eyes. And another thing you have with magnifier, the lighting. This is daylight, so that's why it's so clear on the camera. If you don't have the daylight, like I would leave it out, it's dark here. You wouldn't see anything. And with my black fabric from my flamingo, that works fine. Hi Alexandra. It's nice to see you here. So yeah. I try to inspire everyone and keep going with cross stitching. Eye surgery. That's risky, eh? No? It's something I wouldn't risk, I think. So yeah. Stitching. And Eva, you said you are speedy stitching. No, this is small. This is snail stitching for me because 28 count makes me slower. On 25 it goes very fast. Hi Christina, welcome. Thank you for loving my project. Yeah, I also do that, Andrea, to help my eyes a bit. No. Why do you think you're a snail stitcher, Eva? And in fact, it's not about the speedy we are, or the speed we do. For some stitching games it is, but not for everyone. I heard someone saying, I think it was a Max Color Stitching, in her floss tube, and she said she was stitched 400 stitches in 1 hour. Even that I can't manage. That's not possible. Yeah. Marking off my chart. And then it's, yeah, not still the camera. Is it with working, Andrea, or is it with the holiday period? But that's something normally you can learn, stitching two-handed. I had to wait Sunday to load up my video for my floss tube. And I thought, okay, now I can stitch. And I can stitch a bit on my flamingo. But no, I didn't have my lowry stand with me, so it wasn't possible. I cannot stitch without my lowry anymore. I think it's all habits. If you're used to it, you just need it. When I stitch one-handed, I'm very slow. I know when I have my children at home, normally I cannot do this much. But now my daughter is puzzling and my boys are upstairs. Do you think, Mia, it's faster with two hands than one hand stitching? I think it is. I think it's faster. Yeah, there it is. There I have to. One hand and in frame. Oh, but I think people who can stitch a hand are also better off because they don't have the frames to buy. That's the first thing. And you can put it away easily. Ah, yeah. And Eva, your husband, probably wants time also. If mine is at home, he wants time. I can stitch, but he wants to see a movie or whatever, so time together. And then he picks the movies or the series. And when he's not home, I can watch FlossTube. Like now he's working. So now I do what I want. Yeah. Yeah, habits. Like, I see some people going to a stitching retreat, and then I'm thinking, what do you take with you? And I think you have to take a lot with you because of the setup. A light, a lowry, your stitching, And what stitching? That would be a big question for me. So, yeah, retreats. It's something I never have done. It would be nice, I think. Some say it looks like French accent. And I know I make mistakes. No, Andrea, no local needle shops in Germany? I think Bettina said to me that too. I always use my Lowry, Mia. I cannot without it. I even have one next to my bed when I stitch there. But no shops in Germany. It's hard to believe. I know there are online shops from Germany, like the Cross Stitch Corner. But is it just a web shop, or is it also a local shop? That I don't know. Because I sometimes order from the Cross Stitch Corner in Germany. My Beauty of the Sea came from there. I have to say, we have some here in Belgium. Not a lot. But yeah, like now there was one at the North Sea in Middelkerke, and she's doing I would say discount sale, but they are closing, so an ending sale. So again, a shop that we lose. I have one here nearby, like 3 streets or something, but she also sells balls of yarn. But she only sells like Lanart and Vervaco kits and nothing else. So you and floss. But you can't go in for a Mareska kit because she don't have it. She doesn't have it. So, and her floss is very, very, very expensive. It's like €2 for one strand of DMC. One skin. Ah, I didn't know that. Cross Stitch Corner is only online. But online shops have more sales and discounts, in my opinion. I always look at discounts. There I try to save some money. Up, another color finished. This one doesn't have a lot of stitches. $220. That's also a lot. Do you only stitch with DMC, Mia, or do you also use, like me, the Royal Broderie floss? This is Royal Broderie floss. Yeah. Where do you live, Mia? Can you order from France or from Italy? Because in Casa Chianina in Italy, they are cheaper. It's like 1.65 euro for one skin. And in France, if there is a sale with the Maison du Canevas, there it is 0.94 euro for one skin. So that's like almost 2 skins for one. Ah, Finland. Oh, that's even cheaper in Carnalux. That's cheaper then. I'm missing here a stitch. Okay then. I don't use a lot DMC, only when I have it in a kit, like from Pain Free Crafts or something, but... Or if I would do a Mirabilia or a Bella Filipina, then I would use DMC, but for these, no. I think it's like, how much was it for Royal Broderie? It's a long time ago that I ordered something, and I think it was like 30 cents for a skin. Not 13, 30. And if you buy more, then it's like 25 in the end. Yes, there was a stitch missing. Marking. Next. And I still struggle with my rotation. Hi Celia. Iceland. Cool. Yeah, I was saying I'm still struggling with my rotation. I can show you all my papers where I'm scribbling and I'm then erasing and adding and again and start to do the math again and what I want to have as a goal. Yeah, Mia, of your sneezing. Who was it? Wow, Celia, it's a lot, 3 euros. Alexandra, who had just joined in earlier, she had the same with the World Broderie floss that she bought. Celia, yeah, Celia. So my last experience with my Royal Broderie floss that I ordered was also itchy, and I put them in a separate bag. I left them alone for a bit, and then I tried to stitch with it, and it was fine. It was the envelope where they came in that was very itchy. I don't know what they had put in it, and that made the floss itchy too. So when you buy something from AliExpress, from Floss, I would advise you put them in a separate bag, leave them alone for a bit. Like I did it for weeks. I just put it in and left it there, and I just stitched further, and then a week or two later I picked it up and then it was fine. So that is my advice if you want to use those threads. Before I didn't have that, so I have a great stock of Royal Broderie floss from before, and those hadn't it, but I always have them separate in the beginning, because I still take from my oldest floss and not my newest floss. So when the newest come in with the others, yeah, it's all not really itchy anymore. Ah, missed a stitch. And with Alexander, she tried it too, and with her it didn't help. So that was very sad to hear. Yeah. Don't make mistakes and film. That's another challenge. That's another thing. And then I didn't take the easiest one. Why should I? Because it was a day for this one. So why should I swap? Why should I do that? Is this the line of it? Yes, this is it. Yeah. I think, Sheila, you have more finishes than me. I know you from Facebook. And I think you have finished one from Donna Gelsinger. It was a door with Christmas and a puppy in before it. If I remember correctly. That's another thing. Oh, is it 11? Ah, no, here it's 10 p.m. But I probably will not sleep before 2 a.m. So I'm a late night stitcher. Yeah, the Christmas doorway. Was it finished? Or not? Was I too early with that thinking? It was a great piece. Oh, was she? I think she was very happy with it. As gift. We'll put it here. Up. If Mia is already gone, good night. Oh, that's great. With the gift. That's very, very, very sweet of you to give them that. Do your stitches, do your sister stitch too? Or only you, Celia? Yeah, it was very beautiful. The other two, I don't know. She said she was doing a story keep and an ornament for other two sisters, but those I don't remember. Which one that was? Good night, Mia. Yeah. So yeah, if they knit, they know how much it is. And you got a nice sweater from them for your stitching. Or something else, a shawl or socks. Not yet. Oh. If they ask you which color you like, it's for a sweater or something. Cindy, that's nice. He's a cute one, the little adventurer, and he's a favorite one for my daughter. Exanta?
Yeah.
We call him Tommy. He got a name. With his nice yellow boots. And I still have I have 50% to go. I have to say it's not a difficult one to stitch, but the colors are like going on, and it's always the same shade. Dark gray, black. I will be happy to get to the yellow of the boots. But I wanted his face first, so yeah. And he's on my pile to finish. But I was just saying earlier that I struggle with my rotation. I set my goals very high to get finishes of my bigger projects, but those take longer. Like Flamingo, I have to finish this year. Not from the shop, it's something that I say myself. Yeah. So I want to finish that one by, if it's correctly, it's finished in November. At the rate I'm going now, then he can back, it's a she can back to go to the owner. And I have the 2 dragons that I started not last week, the week before. The Mod Hunters. And I think I will call them Poggy and Urska. And if you don't know those names, it's from the cycling. Pogacar and his his girlfriend. So I don't like the title, the Mod Hunters, so I think I will call them just Poggy and Urska. So yeah. So I was saying the goals. I did the map today for Animal Kingdom, and I will not have my first shelf finished by the end of the year, sadly enough. I will need 3 more pages at this rate. And for this one and the other 2 for my children, I'm opting for 30,000 stitches in a year. That's 600 stitches weekly. So it's a lot of stitching to get all the things done that I want to achieve. And I have to abandon a lot of my whips. And keep going with the rotation that I have. So my focus whips, my rainbow whips. And then I would like to finish the Wildlife Predator one from Luca S. That's another 60,000 stitches. That would take me another 2 years. With 500 stitches weekly. So yeah, a lot of stitching, a lot of thinking, a lot of erasing. Can I do this? Can I do it that way? Is it easier to do it like 1,000 stitches per whip and then switch? I had so many ideas and thoughts and how I could do it easier, and it doesn't work. So like now, this week I'm trying to do 200 stitches daily on Flamingo. When I have my 1,000 stitches done, I will swap to the dragons, Poggy and Uska. Hopefully they get 500 stitches, because if I do that, by November they should have 9,000 stitches done when Flamingo is done, and then they can rotate to the 1,000 stitches weekly. And then it would mean next year in November they would be done for the shop. So it is more than 60,000 stitches. So I have to keep going with the 500 stitches already now. So I have the first 9,000 done by November, and then it's another year. See, I did a lot of math, I did a lot of thinking. And when I want to do something else, I'm thinking of my goals. You can't, but you have to do your goals and to do your finishes. Especially those two, because it's for a shop. And then I was thinking how I will finish the little adventurer, Tommy. So I would like to do 500 stitches weekly on him? Yes. And 500 stitches on Predator, the wildlife Predator. So those are the first that not are done in a week, because I do focus on my focus whips and my rainbow whips, and then those are not done. So then I was thinking to do like Uno or something else with them, and then I lose my focus again. So I just try to do a lot in a day and keep going with it. It's not always easy. Yeah, this is a floss that's easy. So now I want to have 600 stitches on this one done. And I'm only at 200 stitches already. Yeah, it's hard, the SSMCs. Especially like yesterday I did 710 stitches on Kingdom. It was heavy. With a lot of color changing. I need to do 2,000 stitches weekly to get to my last 3 pages by the end of the year. So I only can try and keep going. But the fun thing was, I have found a monkey in my kingdom. It's a one with circles on his tail. In Dutch it's called een ringstaartmaki. I don't know the name in English. Is it a ring-tailed shape for his tail? Oh, I don't know. It's an animal. And it's very funny because the circus, I also have the monkey there. Hi Anna Karen. There it's the monkey on a swing. This is a monkey on a book. And my little one loves monkeys. When I was pregnant of him, I said to my husband, we had a little bunny as birth gifts. And I said to my husband, yeah, and he will like monkeys. And it is, he loves monkeys. So yeah, and not bunnies. Why not? And dogs. That was a fun thing. I don't know why he loves monkeys. It's not something particularly that he watched or yeah. So this morning he asked me, is my monkey already on my circus? And I said, no, not yet. He has a small head. And I showed him the photo and the head of the monkey. And he said, that will be a small monkey. And I said, no, it's a small head, not a small monkey. And definitely not a small monkey to stitch. It will take more than 1,000 stitches. So yeah, that was this morning. The monkey. This is just filling in and going a bit faster than normally. Monkeys. It's quiet here now. Everyone is stitching. Probably. This is like a color swatch from the card. A color palette. Bye Celia, thanks for coming. I think it's moving, eh? Yeah, this is better. Are there more questions for me? You're already 1 hour live. Yeah, it was hot here today too. You probably can hear my fan. And when it's hot, I suffer from my low blood pressure more. So that's also a reason why I started to stitch later on. And why I'm in fact behind. I should already be at my 3rd whip for today. So yeah. Hi, MG. I don't know your name, so I think it's MGS Stitching Memories. Another thing I wanted to say. Some people ask me, yes, now I know you, MG. These snack nabbits, where you can buy these. You can buy these on Amazon. It's called Snack Repair Needle. But on Snack Nabbit you can find them too, if you don't have them. And they are normally sold with a thick and a thin size in it. The thick ones are great for Ada fabric, and the thin ones are great for the Ivory fabrics. So one package is enough for both kind of fabrics, for both sorts. Up. And now I'm getting smaller with my end of my thread. So thread chicken it is. I was also wishy-washy with them. I started to think which ones I want to have on my walls. The cross stitcher called them legacy whips, and I love that name. And then I just started to rotate them, and normally I don't like wheels, but now it works. I think it's because I'm not fighting against it and thinking as if you want them finished, you have to stitch on them. Even it's weekly, you have to focus on your goal and just do it. So now when I'm thinking, oh, I want to work on that one, my head is like, no, you have your goals, you stitch on those. So a bit severe maybe. And even a new start, I'm thinking, no, you can't. You have to stitch on your other ones, because you can't plan it anymore. It's new, I know it's new. That's something new for me. Sky. Ik zal hem thuis een keer buiten laten. En de blaffaturen laten zagen. Ja. Wat ze al eten had? For me that's weird. For me it's weird. When I started my floss tube, I was like, I'm stitching on everything. 100 stitches, 200 stitches, it doesn't matter, it's all progress. It's still progress. But if you have like these whips, it's 713,286 stitches. With 200 stitches weekly, it will not get done. That's the truth. So in my head, I'm like, when Kingdom is done, I can put one of the children for weekly 2,000 stitches. But my children are arguing about it then, because they're thinking, my brother gets more stitching than me. So that's the reason why I have them weekly on 600 stitches now, so they won't fight. And after Kingdom, I probably will do Tiger Family as a focus whip. It's also super size max color. And just keep going with these three. My first idea was to just finish the one for my oldest son and then start the others. But they were like, no, you have to do all of us at the same time. They don't think how much stitching it is. That's the issue. And that's why they only get 600 stitches now. And even if you count, 600 stitches weekly is 31,200 stitches yearly. So it's not that bad. You can see, I know my numbers from my head already. It's a lot of counting. And first I thought 500 stitches is enough. It's 25,000, was it 600 yearly? And then I thought when I do only 100 more weekly, it's a huge difference in numbers. And it's already above 30,000 stitches. So, yeah. I still didn't find the use of fountain to get it all done. Zal je dat doen?
Wie is het?
Niet de honden. En de jongens?
TV kijken.
Oh, the boys are watching TV. Upstairs. How is it that I keep losing my needle on my thread? Yeah. Push! Wie is het? Wol? Yeah. Another thing I think is like with blooming whiskers. Yeah, I thought so too. With skipping 4,000 stitches. But that's not the best plan. Like I said, with this, if I only do 600 stitches weekly, it gets 31,200 stitches yearly. That's a lot. And it's not 1,000 stitches weekly. Yeah, finishes are nice. But also feeling for me like saying goodbye to it after you have seen it so much hours. Or so many hours. I was saying something and now I forgot it. Let's return. What was it? What was new for me is when I'm thinking for my stitching, like with blooming whiskers now, I know I will have a page finish. So that helps too. Those small. With that one is a small page finish. On heads there are big pages, full pages, but it helps to keep going. So when I'm feeling like, oh, I want to start something else, I'm thinking, oh, but you have almost a page done there. And then you think, oh no, I'm not going to start something else or take another rip and just go with that one. That's something I learned. Those page finishes help a lot. And that's why I'm counting them yearly too. Last year I did 40 pages. And I'm trying this year again for 40 pages. But I'm not sure it will beat 40. We will see. How good it's going. But it's nice. That helps. And MJ, if you're thinking I have to do 1,000 stitches on it and I don't do it, then you have to think smaller and maybe something that you can achieve easier, I think. I started with the 500 and 600 stitches because I didn't want to have like 5 whips on a day. And that was my main reason to do more stitches weekly and at one at a time. Before I did like 250 stitches one day on this one, and then 250 stitches on my oldest sons, and then my youngest sons, and then I started again. So I have seen them both 2 times a week. And that was like a lot next to my daily, what was it, 300 stitches on Kingdom. So it was already 2 whips a day, and I didn't have my other stuff done. So now I'm like, I do for Kingdom now 700, then 600 for rainbow whips, and 200 for flamingo. So that's already 1,500 stitches. The other days it's 1,400 stitches. So then I could do another whip extra. Yeah. Yeah, you can go for smaller coverage. But you have to watch out for minis because they're not always detailed enough from head. So you have to look at the mock-ups before you buy something, that it's the details enough. If it's like Kingdom and mini, I wouldn't do. You lose a lot of details in that. So it's like yeah, like I said, minis. If it's something that's not has a lot of details, it will work well. But yeah, Amy Stewart pieces, for example, I wouldn't do a mini. There was someone in the Dutch group, and she had a mini of Santa's toy shop, I think. Yeah, also confettis. I have it on my water dragon. But in the Dutch Facebook group, there is a lady stitching the mini Santa's shop from Donna Gelsinger. And there is a doll in it, and she stitched her head, and it looks like a devil. And she was like, I'm not happy with that. It's not looking at the doll anymore. It was very, very, very strange to see. So yeah, she was not happy with that. Yes, a mini is normally faster to finish, and not particularly for me because I'm still working on my water dragon, like I said in my floss tube. I need to stitch a whole year on it to finish it. And I'm already saying that from 2019. Okay, but say 2020, I started 2019. So since 2020 I'm saying I want to finish it. It's already 2025. So yeah. And I was thinking to rename my rainbow whips to Fortuna whips, because Fortuna is the goddess of fortune in Latin. Because there are whips I like and there are whips I don't like. So I have luck, or no, not lucky. I would say not liking. I like the image. It's not that. It's just, yeah, like Rainbow Tiger. It's very hard to stitch on that one. Water Dragon the same because of the confetti too, and the fabrics. It's more the fabrics than the image. So you have fortune in good and bad days. Like this morning, I spin my wheel and I had blooming whiskers. And I was like, yes, I will get my page finished today. It will probably be tomorrow. But I had my page finished from Flamingo. So I already had another page done. That's also nice. Yeah, stitching. Wacht. Zo. Hope sky. Yes, Anna, Karen. It's indeed you have. I have now sizes and difference. I have the mini, I have super size max color, I have max colors, I have regulars, so I have a bit of all of them. And indeed, my water dragon has a lot of confetti, but so do my super size max color too. Now I was lucky to have a bit of a block here, because it's a swatch. But I can tell you the days like I'm doing with Kingdom, I don't have that a lot. It's more switching and turning and yeah. Max colors, depending on the chart. And then I have like a Rainbow Tiger. It's also regular, but it has confetti. So, would you say it's more or less confetti? No. I have some block stitching there, that's true. So, yeah. The difference is, I think, not the confetti, but it's more the details. I do confetti now, but I have a lot of details. If I do confetti on my dragon, I don't have those. It tries to give it the full view and the full nice details, but it's not the same as this. Like the cruising, the information highway from Randall Spangler, I ordered the supersized max color there because I wanted to be able to read the names of the titles on the box. And not even the mini or the regular, it was readable. So yeah, I have huge books now just to have the titles on it. And there I could say it has less confetti at this moment because the image is not that detailed, just the titles. So it's all depending also what type of chart it is. My max colors from Amy Stewart is the same as this. You will not do a lot of stitching in an hour. That's all difference. And I can tell you, for the cross stitch studio, I also struggle with those because those also have a lot of confetti. And you wouldn't expect that. It is. Yeah. So now I'm stitching just my colors away. Not like strictly as on Kingdom. This works a bit faster here than in the towers. And back. This one? Yep. Now this one. It's a nice pink. Scissors. And pull. So yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing. I think that I don't like also the dragon, because it's looks like blobs, and then you think, why I'm stitching it. I told you about the monkey, yeah, from Kingdom, just before, and I didn't know I already had his head. It was a blob of confetti. I didn't know until I started his body yesterday. It was like, huh, I have a head and I didn't know it. I didn't know it. How? And I had his head on already. Even on the dog shelf, I call it dog shelf, the library of the dogs from Heaven Earth Designs from Amy Stewart. I want to stitch it, but I'm thinking I cannot read the titles of the books again. And there's a lot of details lost. Even it's super size max color. Maybe I just want more details. I don't know. It's a bit sad that those are gone. No? We stitch a lot. We put a lot of effort in it, and then I think we all want a nice end result. I don't think that's wrong, or a lot to ask. Yeah, but still, in the library of dogs, there's not a, how do you say, like my daughter made the puzzle. I showed it on my Facebook group. It's a 1,000 pieces puzzle from Ravensburger. And there you can see the details. You can see the little dog in it. You can see the titles on the box. It's really good. And I expected to see that in my whip too. And I will be frustrated if I don't have it. I know it. I knew it will happen. Will I do this one first? Yep. Then I will add colors. Satya, kijk je bij de honden? Ze lopen boven. is 3. And well, with the cross stitch studio, they have charts that are 1200 by 900 stitches. So it isn't limited. That's the real stuff. Why can they do it and Heaven Earth Designs not? Another question. Great question. Catching rays it is. Yes, catching rays from the cross stitch studio is 1200 stitches by 900 stitches in size. And they have more of one. There is a wolf and a wolf that is the same stitch size, and what's called the other one? It's a Christmas one. Also 1200 by 900 stitches. It's possible. So why not in head? And the cross stitch studio doesn't have 240 colors in one whip. That I don't know. Their software I don't know. And it's like only that Heaven and Earth Designs need the 240 colors to get to a decent result. And the others charters like Being Free Crafts, Charting Creations, across the studio, I never have seen a chart over 200 colors there. Never. And they have better results. So how? What's their magic? I don't know. Here is the example of slippery. See? Here is it slippery. It goes under my fabric here. So now, not anymore. I will undo this one too, because there it slips under it and I don't want it. Then I start in the right top, bottom. And if you want to see the catching ray stitched, you have to watch Jen the Caffeinated Crafter. She has it as a focus whip weekly, and I think she now hit the 30,000 stitches on it. And she's doing it on 32 count even weave. Very, very small stitches. Yeah, a lot of questions. And I'm done. Sometimes I wonder that Heaven Earth Designs can release so much designs in a short time, when others like only have 1 or 2 weekly released. And how much does Head have in a week? 5 new releases and then the special releases, so let's say 10. How is that difference? This is also a good question. Fabric. They don't make material packs anymore. So for that, it cannot be the issue, I think. And I even think that Pain-Free Crafts make the material kits for the Cosplay Studio, and that Catching Race is on their website on 25 count. It will probably not be 14 count either. That not. But I think they offer a kit for it. So that cannot be the issue. Like, Heaven Note Designs now also stopped with making the material packs. Suddenly, out of the blue. That was also a strange decision. People were unemployed, like a mason. I don't know. It's weird. Very weird. All strange stuff. Now, I will first pick the other ones. So now we start with the confetti wheel again. Hopla. Pink. Filling the small gaps. Leave a longer tail. Yeah, they sold all their DMC cones. Maybe you missed it. It's still on their website, the ones that were left. They sold all the DMC big cones of Floss. And their fabric leftovers. I don't know. So they will only be charting now. Back to the basics, it was announced. And they discharged 2 people. Hop! Xantia! Leiband! I read that message on Facebook, I think. Or was it an email? I don't know. It's odd that they do that, no? They had a hold for material packs. Then they had a waiting period. Then they started again and now they stop it. Strange stuff. No? It's strange. And it was announced like we go back to the basics or something like that. Back to charting only. Maybe there comes a time that they pick another firm to do it for them. Like the Cosplay Studio gives it to Pain-Free Crafts. I don't know what will happen. 819. Another color. Up. It's hard not to have it shaked. Now it's silent. Is everyone going to bed? Am I the only night stitcher? A new company. What was the name of that company? Shipping to Europe. From where was the shop? The aluminium frames. Wasn't that a Chinese one? I think it was a Chinese one. And it's probably the Chinese DMC. You still can buy from AliExpress DMC, but it's also saying on the labels it cannot be sold in Europe, but they do it. Yeah, it's probably Chinese DMC. And I ordered the material kits from Howcam Hobbies in the UK, United Kingdom. And when they arrived, they also had Chinese DMC. There was also a label on it, and it said not to be sold in Europe. That was a bit of shame for a kit that you have paid for a lot. But we have in the Netherlands a Chinese woman, and she sells DMC floss at a cheaper price. But it's also a Chinese DMC. But she has a lot of customers because she asks maybe 60 cents for one skein. Another thing I was thinking, Luca S has their own floss now. They sell their floss not only in their kits, but they also sell their own floss separate. On their website in the Netherlands, you have shops selling those separate. And I think more and more shops will follow with that. Because I had the question that someone asked me from, would they get it out of the shop again? Would they stop it that selling those floss? And I don't think it, because more and more shops are now selling the Luca S floss separate, and it's cheaper than DMC floss. It's, in my experience, good floss. They only have different numbers than DMC. They have their own numbers. That's well a big difference. So you have to look what DMC number is their Luca S number. But I think for a big project, if you are starting and you don't want to buy a lot of DMC floss, that's maybe a good idea to start with Luca S floss. I fill a full master set and go on for there. Then you don't have the issues from China or like the Royal Bordery itchy floss or CXC floss itchy floss. I think it's 60 cents for one skein or 65, I don't remember. Yeah, but I also think dimensions, those kits are made in China. If you see the kits turning up and you look at it and it says made in China, that's the reason why they have the charts and they can make the Chinese false illegal kits from it, because they make the real ones too. Yeah. And then like here we pay a lot for dimensions kits. Like yeah, really easy 80, 90 euros for a kit. And then I see them sold in America for like $2. And I'm thinking, how? How is that possible? Here not. We have to pay a lot, but maybe it's also because of the custom taxes and what to have the shops to pay extra. I don't know. Dimensions kits here cost a lot of money. And I'm not talking about the ones that are out of print, the new ones. And they don't have the, how do you call it? A PDF charts with it. It's only paper chart, and for me, I'm a colorblind person, with blue and pink symbols. That's the easiest to see. Not. So it takes me a long time to, it takes me a long time to search my symbols because of the different colors. I have a lot of dimensions kits and I didn't start them for that reason. It's a shame. It's really a shame for dimensions. tie restrictions. Yeah. This is not here, it's here.
Ew.
Tja, issues. Sometimes you can find some floss in, how you call it? Recycling shops. On a flea market, not a lot. Second-hand places, but then you have to be sure it's not smelly. It happened to me before. They bought some skeins of floss and then it smells to cigarettes. That's not nice at all. Win Stitch, Max Stitch. Is that a cross stitch program? Don't know that name. And what did I wrong? Then do these. So undo this. And then where is 737? Did I do something wrong? Probably. Yep, I stitched the wrong color. So where did I stitch lost? Here. So frogging. This is the wrong color. How fun. A lot is, at least it's not a lot of stitching. It's 819 and it has to be 3770, so more creamy. This is pink. And I was like, I stitched that number. Yeah. Yeah, it's also because I'm chatting and stitching. 3 more. Where is it now? Here. It's maybe 10 stitches. And I have to be careful I don't break my thread. And on 28 count it's probably not nice. Hi, Jeanette. Frogging happens to us all, I know. Last one. And here I started my thread. Yeah, let's cover the event. Do we have more of them? So, now stitching the correct ones. Up. Yeah. So now it's solved. $37.70 before I wrong again. And then this one is done. This is a pretty part too of the chart. Are there more questions for me? Something you want to know? 22 degrees. We would get rain tonight, so it will cool down. I love full coverage because you make less counting mistakes. Because you focus on one part, and in my non-full coverage I'm more like cross-country stitching, and then I make more mistakes. And I don't have it about switching colors like I just did. It's just about placing the stitches. And then here, 2, 3. Oh, I don't have air conditioning, only a fan, a simple fan. With the cat, the cat issues, they were after Dutch still. But then I had monthly the report from the vet until she passed. I messaged them each month the report from the veterinarian. And then when she passed, I sent them a mail again that she passed away. And then since then I didn't hear them back. I'm still thinking that they will come back. I don't know. I'm still afraid for that. Yeah. I had to buy 2 more cat litters. I did. I had to send all the pictures where they were in the house, because they have the rule that if you have 1 cat, you need to have 2 cat litters, 1 and 1 extra spare one. So at that moment I had 12 cats, so I had to have 13 cat litters in my house. Even I couldn't put them everywhere. I had to find places. So then I had to send them the photos where I placed them. What was it still? Then Raja, who needed a chip, they said. And Spooky wasn't registered in the right data bank. So he had a chip, but it was not in the data bank they preferred. Hi Liz. It had to be another one. So he was in, what was it called? A cat one. I don't remember the name. So I had to pay the vet again to put his new chip in the new data bank, and it was 65 euro only to register his chip there. So the vet didn't touch my cat, and I had to pay 65 euros only to register that chip, just for administrative work. So then he was okay. Then Raja, I had to bring him in January to get his chip, because he wasn't chipped. It was a difficult way to get him there. I even had to drag him to get him in his traveling basket. And when I was there, the veterinarian said, no, he has a chip. It's just not registered. So it was again 65 euros to register the chip. So it costed a lot of money just to have the administration that they wanted. They all were sterilized, so that was not an issue. They even searched how many cats there were allowed in the house and the city. It was 20 cats. So I didn't have 20 cats, I had 12. But it was still too much for this house. But I explained that I moved and that I lived in a bigger house. But I don't want it to leave cats out because I had to move. And I just wanted to have them until they were gone. So as it's my duty to care for them. So that they understand. And he said, okay, if you don't have more cats, it's okay. But then they didn't understand. I have 2 cats, Skitty and Mies. Mies is the mother of Skitty. But you can't have kittens because you have to have sterilized cats. So that happened when she was at my mom's place. And when she gave birth, Mies, she was sterilized after her C-section. So now she is sterilized. But that was like, how old is Kitty now? I think 13 or 12 years old. So that's like 12 years ago. I have her from 5 years ago. Or maybe 7. So it's a lot of difference time. And it was like, oh, okay, it was not the recent one. The rules weren't that severe then. So for the administration, I'm fine. Then for Dotje, I was fine too. They left her here until she passed. And I still think they can come back every day. So every time my doorbell rings, I'm thinking like, no, please don't be that those persons again with the agents. Yeah, this was a heavy time. I even had to redo my kitchen because it was too old. Yeah. And they even said they would take my children away. Otherwise. So, yeah. A very, very stressful moment, but also a painful moment. Yeah. Like I said, it's still anxiety about it. And MJ asked me a question and I forgot. It was something with vertical. Not the vertical stitch, eh? MG, can you post your question again? I was answering what happened with the cat people. Yeah, and the weird thing was they have to be alarmed by a neighbor of us. They didn't want to tell us who it was. I think I know who it was. An old lady on the... How do you say it? It's not next to my house, but the front of the other side of the street. And then when I had to buy the cat litters extra and to prepare, and I'll show the photos again. She was like outside and looking. Oh, what have you bought? What did you do? Where you went? All that stuff. I was like, huh? You never spoke to me before. And yeah, she had to know everything. And now she says sometimes a hello and a goodbye. Vertical fabric on a gridded fabric. Ah, yes! The lines, that was it. The gridding. Wait there. Yeah, my vertical dark line is my first. So let's say this is my square. This is my first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I have first again on the vertical line. And also the first again from the... No, for the horizontal line and the vertical line 2. So this is always 1. And here is 10. Yeah, on the up above the 1. That was the word. I'm getting tired. And they messaged me back when I told him them that Dutje passed. And they were like, oh, sorry for your loss. I messaged them too when Streepje passed because of her liver failing. They never answered me. It was a nightmare. They asked me how much food I had for them, which food it was. I had to show it. Everything. They even asked how many money we had. It was very, very strange. Breakfast. It's like 11:36 in the evening, almost midnight. En Ilnu mag gaan slapen. Ik zal het zo. Ja. Yeah. They did harassing me. First, I had an agent on my door, and he asked me, "Do you have mice?" And I said, "What? Mice? No." And then he had to see our. It's not really a garden. Yeah, let's say it's a garden. It's not really big, but it's a small thing. We had a small shed that was before used for doves, and we broke that down. So it was still with that, and he was like, "Oh, you have mice?" No, I didn't see any. I wouldn't know where. He left, and 2 weeks later, the people for the cats came, and it was like, after 2 weeks, and they came with how many there were? 3 people from the government to check, and 2 agents, police agents. And my children were home. Because I had to go to the speech therapist later after that moment, and then it was like a shock. And they were thinking that they sold yeah. I think they were thinking that I sold my that I had kittens and I sold kittens or something like that. I don't know. I don't make money with my cats. And I lose money because I have to pay a lot for their food. And they even said to me, I had like I said, the cats for my mother. When she traveled for a month to Egypt, she was like, can you take me? And I said, okay, for a month. And she stayed. And then later on, my brother was separated. And he was like, oh, I have Kitty. Do you want Kitty, her daughter, again? And I thought, okay then. So, yeah. And they said to me, the government people, you had to refuse them. Like Raja and Spooky, they were also dropped. Because the lady said, I cannot take care of them anymore. And yeah, they have to go. She called all the shelters. There was no place for them. So yeah, I said, okay, I will take them. But yeah, apparently you can't do that. You cannot help the cats. Like now, shelters are fully with kittens, moms, cat moms. They have more than 100 cats each year. Yeah, that they have to search a house for, and they don't find it. If they are black or black and white, they don't find a home for them. They only want the special cats, like breed cats, Siamese, ragdoll. Then they fight for it. But if it's just a black cat or a black with white, like Shadow or Stitch here, they don't want them. It's very strange. Maybe it's the belief that they are bringing unluck. And they didn't choose their color. They are born with those colors. They didn't pick them. That was another thing. And when they came and they say, "Oh, you have 2 dogs too. They are not on my list. There was only called for the cats." And I was said, "Yeah, I have 2 dogs too." And they didn't even looked at the dogs. They were not important. They only wrote them on their list. So I don't feel like those are helping animals at all. Like I said, I had to drug Raja to take him to the vet for his chip. And they think that's a great idea to do with a cat. My heart hurt when I had to do that. He was fine. He wasn't sick. He was only there for the chip. And then he had one. So it was even not necessary. Yeah, also money. Like I said, I had to pay a lot for the chips and that stuff. And the things I had to try with Dodge. Unbelievable. I didn't talk about that before. As you know, she had the rash on her cheek. And it was itchy, and we tried ointments. She had different food, yeah? Special food. She had first special food for her kidneys. Not her kidneys, it was the stones in her bladder. And she was fine with it all those years. She did great with that. Because otherwise she would have more stones in her bladder, and that was not good at all. So the vet said us to give her renal food, and she got that. That was what she had when they came. Then the ointments, what did she have more? She had the painkillers, antibiotics, medication that she didn't could eat anymore. She had to take a lot of medication. And then they were like, you have to force her. You have to put it in her mouth. She has to eat. I tried with wet food, but that was not... she liked to eat. She left it. Then I had different wet food. And then it was not good. She didn't eat at all anymore at a certain time. So then I had to change again food. She couldn't have chicken slices. It was with egg in it. Yeah. No, mineral isn't it? Proteins? I think it's proteins. So she couldn't have that. So we asked, can we give her... Yeah, force the cat. Then, after that, I had... what was it? Yes, first it was Hills. Then we had Royal Canin. Wet food. She ate that. It was good. Then the vet said, no, she can't have that. It has protein in it. And we called for it. It was fine. No. Back from there, it wasn't good. No wet food again. Again, with the meds, a problem. Then we had to give her the pills in her mouth. Not the food anymore. Okay, yeah, done. Done that. To be sure she had her pills. She then after the antibiotics she stayed on her painkillers with cortisone. And then they say okay, she need to get horse slices. Allee, filets. And I said what is happening? What do we have to do more? I don't eat horse myself at all. And now I have to give it to my cat. But okay, if she says so, we do it. We did that. She was getting worse. She was getting itchy again. So I stopped it. Then we had another ointment with honey. So I had to do that every day on her cheeks. She didn't like that. We did it. And then, so it started in October and she went, when was it? 3rd of May? 3rd of May. So it was a struggle of 7 months with her to try to give her the best. And all those silly solutions just, I have to say it, destroyed her. I didn't help her. I did destroy her because of them. And they are the professionals. They are there to help the cats and the animals. And they even said when they were here if she not can be healed, then she's better dead. They say that. How can that be animal friendly? I don't know that. So yeah. And in the end I was like, I can go to the vet again with Dotje. And to let her sleep. But I was like, no. that she didn't deserve after all the suffering. And I said to the vet, she is losing weight. And they said to me, it's fine. It's only 100 grams. It's not that much. It's because of the diet food. It's great. She's doing well. The last month she went was in April. 11th April, I think. She was cleared. She hadn't to come back in 6 months. She was fine. She was good. And when 3 weeks later she was dead. So fine she was. So nobody can explain that to me. How that can be helpful and animal friendly. And I'm still hurt because of that, and I still miss her. Ja. We had, I have seen this on the news. There was a man, he went to a bar with his dog. And he, was drunk, I think. He stepped in his car and he had his German Shepherd out of the car on the highway. So yeah, he was dead. And that they don't do anything about. That is all fine and great. He said to the police, I didn't notice my dog was outside the car. I thought he was in the back. On a speeding highway. So yeah, that's injustice, eh? That's injustice. Yeah. I would do everything to help my cats when they are sick. I had it with my dog, Xana. She had breast cancer. When did we knew it? In November. Yeah, the dogs now are 2 years. So it's longer than 2 years ago. November 2 years ago. And she was diagnosed with breast cancer. And we asked to start chemo, and the vet said no, it's not possible. Because she is old, she has heart stuff going on. She will not survive. Also for surgery, she will not survive. And if you start the chemo, she can have an infection on her uterus. So then she would need surgery and she wouldn't survive that either. So we only had the medication. What was it? For her heart. I think it was for her heart. To help her heart. And we could, try to get as far as we could with that. And she passed in August So we gave her 9 months extra with us. And the vet said, I have had others with the same issues, and they are not living 9 months longer. It's more like 1 month, and they are gone. So he did a great job with that and giving her medicine every day so she would live longer. But we had to let her go because her cancer on her breast was open. She had a wound and it was open, and we couldn't close it anymore. Yeah, so she had a lot of pain. So we had to let her go. And she was 14 years old. So it's not that I'm not trying to help my animals. I do what I can. I had Smokey. It was a ragdoll kind cat. He was on the internet as a cat that was there for a traveling period of his owner. And the owner said, you can have the cat. To that person who had him. But he had a fight with the dog and he had to go. He couldn't stay there. It was a weird story. It was a very weird story. And so yeah, I took him. And I think only 2 weeks. Yeah, only 2 weeks he was with us. He was sick. So I went with him to the vet. He had blood searching done and searching in the blood done, examination done, everything done. And then we were told he had a kidney disease. His kidney didn't function for like, what was it? 50%. So he needed medication for his kidneys, special food. And he was blind side. He had a blind side, and he had once broken legs. His hind legs were once broken, and they were not taken care of. So he was a real suffering cat. So we had him in June. We moved here in October. Then he had already the different appointments with the vet to check on his kidneys and all that stuff. He had his medication, he had his food, and he was fine. We moved here, and then he was sick again. He was like not eating, not purring, nothing, no life in it, and sneezing. So again to the vet. And then he had a cold, but a very severe cold. So I watched him, I was with him. They gave him his antibiotics. He came over it. He was okay then after it. But it was very close to his end. Then in January, first we had Fleur here left. Fleur left us when we came here. She was naturally, and she was dead. So then, that was in November. She passed. In January, then we had the issues with Smokey again. He had his medication. It's very expensive medication. He had his checkups, everything. And then January, I said to my son, I didn't hear Smokey. Where is he? And he said, I didn't see him for his food. And I had to bring them to school and I came back. And I was like, I'm still not hearing him. Where is he? So I found him in a very bad shape. He, even if I think about it, his legs were paralyzed. he was short breathing. It was very, very sad to see. I called the vet again immediately. And I said, he's not well. He's paralyzed. And, she said he can come this afternoon. But I knew it was to say goodbye. And she was like, if he isn't already gone. So yeah, I spent that last hours with him in a blanket. I brought him with me. I let the others say goodbye to him. My children to say goodbye to him. And I went to the vet. And then she said, his kidneys are done. And his heart is failing. His hind legs are paralyzed. I cannot help him anymore. So I had to let him go. And I only had him 6 months. So, yeah. Then you try to do everything, to give them everything, to help them, and then you still have to give up. So I stayed with him, like I always do, until the end. And then I brought him to the crematorium. Still sad story. And I still miss him. I have Mickey from Luca S for him, and I still cannot finish it. It was so heartbreaking. And I was alone. So, also a bit of trauma, I think. And then we had Lilo, that was in our previous house. He was like 6 months old. And then he was like sick. He wasn't moving. He was not doing anything. I was like, he's not well. I'm going to the vet with him. Again, blood taken, results, no eating, no energy, nothing. Sitting there like a statue. And he was like, what's wrong with him? Short breathing also. And the vet said, no, his blood results were all normal. He's not sick. He's like clear. And I said, how is that possible? He's not good. He's sick. So I had to go again. And at the table of the vet, he died. And he was like, I didn't expect this. And then he said he would have a heart that was dysfunctional from his birth. Or his lungs. And he wanted to cut him open. And I said, no. No, you're not touching him. I take him. And he was gone. I had him 3 months. And he was a cat like a parrot. He sat on your shoulder. You could walk in the home. And he wouldn't move. He was a nice, also black white cat with long hair. And see, it's all sad news, I know. It's nothing for life, but I try to do my best for my animals. To give them all what they need. Yeah. Hi Diane, welkom. So, yeah, like I said, animals. It's moved again, eh? Try to set it up again. Yeah. So, would it be a part of the color chart here? I don't know. Are there more questions now? For another subject? And that's also why I had my dog, the first dog that came home after Xana was Hope, because she was Hope after a very sad moment, and we hope she doesn't have the same destiny with the cancer. And then Sky, because yeah, she was the limit. My new start. Ah, you mean the dragon hunters? They have a new name. The new start was the dragon hunters 2 weeks ago, and they have a new name. It's called Boogie and Urska. And I didn't work on them yet. It's in my rotation. Anytime. How many events, Jeanette? Let me think. I do mid. The stitching battle. No, it's battle stitch. Yeah, the battle stitch there. My own, where we have to do the stitching for the paint free craft chart in a month. How many was it? 200 and a bit, 36,000 as a group. Then I have all the floss of the fair group, the cruise one. And how many have I didn't count. That's it, I think. No, I have another one, the zookeepers one. Yeah, Mireska will sell all the new kits now without paper charts. I think they want to save money on paper there. And it's a bit sad because Luca S has their patterns with PDF charts and the papers. So we still pay the full price and we don't get the paper chart anymore. So I don't have a color legend or something or color key. That's a bit sad, but yeah, it will work. And maybe they want to try to get the investment of the app with that cleared. I don't know. Probably is something. There are new 3 kits coming. I saw it on the inside information from the shop. It's a dog with the golf set next to him from Luca S. And 2 new Lady Stitch kits. A black cat in red flowers. It's a black cat hat in red flowers. And the other one, what was it? An Indian lady with a wolf. Those are 3 kits new coming up. They just want me to spend more money. Oh. Yeah, I know, I understand you. Sometimes I think like I have to watch again on my screen. Tja, like I said, I don't think they opt to bring back the paper charts. And I had the last kit for a new one that I had to wait a month for it. Meow Manor. It's a cat with from Lady Stitch. It's a couch filled with cats. And the nieuwtje, something new was a nieuwtje. They had included a QR code to get the pattern, but it's only in the Cross Stitch Saga app. And there was a PDF version, but that was only for the lines of the chart, not the cross stitch. So at least there was something of digital chart with it. That was new. And no, I didn't start it yet. I want to, but I don't have time. Like, I want to start the cat house from Heaven Earth Designs too. That's again a big chart, eh? No, Saga is paying for it. I think it's a one-time fee. It's a great app, but it only works with XSD files. So a PDF you cannot load in it. You have to have the special file. There is a way to turn them into that special file. It's a difficult way. I cannot even explain. It's too much technology. And I think it's mostly used in the Russian countries. Because there they give the XSD files. I learned from Red Stitchery, the Floss tuber. She's from Russia and she gets her Saga files. She pays for it. There are people there making them and she pays for it and then she gets them. But she has to show that she has the kit too. So there is a real market for that, apparently, in Russia. I can't remember the name. Which name? And like Markup is another app, but it's a monthly payment. I have it because I had it from the first start and I don't use it because I prefer Pattern Keeper. I always have issues with the searching tool. It doesn't give me all the symbols I need, or too big, or the ones that are wrong. So I don't use it. I don't like it. Yeah, I think they also they're copying it, but they how do you say it? They copy it themselves and they make a XSD file for it, like stitch by stitch copying it in a program. Is het gelukt met je puzzel, Xatja?
Nou ja.
Zijn je nog niet moe? My daughter, she's saying she's not tired yet. It's holiday and then they sleep long. Yeah, Saga is a bit easier than Markup, it's true. When I'm used to use Pattern Keeper and I go back to Saga, I always have to think, how was it again that it worked? I only have one issue with the Stitch app from Eureka. They have colored symbols, and when you search for it, you get, of course, your lighting up of your searching. So then it's okay. But then I have like issues to find my next symbol, to see what I have done and what not. You can change the color of marked stitches, but still it doesn't help. I asked them if they couldn't do that, like just black and white symbols, like a paper chart, but they were too busy to get the app from Apple ready, for the iOS ready. So yeah. Yeah, I don't remember the time with charts, with paper charts. It's like, how did I do that before? It's a struggle. We are just now spoiled with Pattern Keeper. That's the correct word. Spoiled. And when I see people stitching having other designs with paper, I'm like, how? How do they do that? I couldn't do that. Like stitching in the bureau is only stitching with paper charts and with 10 by 10 blocks, a full row. How? How do you manage that without searching your symbols? That must take long. And a pencil, an eraser, and your jar, and your stitching. How? Where is it? Ja, Thea Hoeveneer. I have issues with Valentine's kitten. It's also Thea Hoeveneer. And they are not nice there too. I emailed them once, the Thea Hoeveneer, because I had the kit Paris, I think, I wrote. And I asked them if they could help me to sort out which was the extra floss in it. So, which symbols had extra floss. And they said they couldn't help me. I had to figure it out myself. As colorblind person. So like in dimension kits. Yeah, stitching numbers. Like dimension kits, you have the separate ones and they have a label on it. They say which color it is for the refill. But in Thea Hoeveneer you don't have that. And they say, search yourself. Find it. Yeah, find it yourself. So their customer service can be better. And they also have small paper charts. And I mean small symbols. The paper itself is huge. But the symbols, they are like, you need the magnifier to see what is it. And then they have symbols like a triangle. And then it's turned. In all the corners. In all the different corners. Yeah, I love that too. When I see my starting photos, like for my whipper read, the starting photos from the beginning of the year and what I have now, I'm like, whoa, mind blowing. I love to see that. And then just take my numbers as indication to where I can stop and switch to keep on track. Only 100 stitches and I'm done with this one. Can you believe it? Now it's more brownish and grey. And I know that because I know the colors. Not because I can see it. I know the colors and their names a bit. So I know like 451 is grey. I recognize my colors by the numbers. Oh, this one needs to one more to the left. Yeah, that's why I have less events. Otherwise, I'm a full day posting, and that's not the meaning. Subtle changes. I have difference between yellow and green. I can't say this is green, this is yellow. But the shades in it, like here, the different yellow shades, that's hard to see. If you would say I put here light green to it, I wouldn't see that. And it's rare that a woman has it. It's more men that have it. But my mother was, how do we say it, carrier. My father had color blindness, and my grandfather from my mother's side also had color blindness. So I was the lucky one to get it. Genetically. Yeah. Because my mother was carrier and my father had it and my grandfather on my mother's side had it. Yeah, it was like, yeah, you have it. And my youngest son is not known yet if he has it, but my oldest son has it too. And Jeannette, can't you do, how do we say it? Not per, I would say stacking. It's not stacking. Bulk stitch in full coverage phonetics and for the Tour de France and the movie challenge. Can't you total all the stitches and say I have them done on this project? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not there, so I don't know. And even if I would do it, I would I wouldn't change my rotation for it. So like now, like I said, I do 600, 600, 200 or 700, 600, 200. I came from full coverage from fantastic, I would say. Phonetics. It's not that difficult. I think you just could ask her and it will be fine. And the green light, yeah. I see we have red, orange and green, but there are different lights in it. And I know up is red, middle is orange and green is green. At the bottom. You just know. That's not an issue. What colored charts is. Like with my Riolas kits, I have blocks that don't have symbols in it. It's just a colored block. And then I don't know which color it is. Ah, Tour de France. And do you watch Tour de France? I watch. I don't stitch the Tour de France in that event, but I watch it. And I stitch on my other projects. Tomorrow is rest day. they don't cycle tomorrow. Allee, they do, but not for the game or for the race. Oh, you missed something, Janet. I have to admit, I didn't watch before. Yeah, the lighting technology in 1920 will probably not like this. I was saying from the Tour de France, I didn't watch until some years ago. First, it was for the Tour de France event in the for coverage fanatics, and I said, "Oh, I will watch and see the scenery." I think that was 2 years ago. And then I learned about how it worked and who the cyclists are, and they got my respect and how they do it. And then I learned about Pogacar. I love Pogacar and his riding, of course, but he is a great person. Not only because of his climbing performances, let's say that. He's a great person. He has a fund. He helps other people. Even he has a lot of money. He still helps other people. He has respect for his birthplace. Yeah. He is a great man. He helped a lot of families with when their house flooded. And then, like now in October, he has an event that 1,189 people can cycle with him to see in his birthplace to see if they can get the top before him. If they can reach the top before him. And I think all that money is also for the fund. He once signed a lot of cards, and per card he signed, he gave 10 euro to the fund. Yeah, he's nice to the children who are fan. He gives a lot away also. And also when he loses, he's nothing like, I lost. No, he's happy for the one that won. And he said, I will learn from my mistakes. And yeah, that's he is. He turns around and he is again thinking, oh, I have to do better there. And then I will do. Tja. Ja, I couldn't do what they do. Stitching. Riding like 5 hours a day or more in the mountains. No, I couldn't do that. And they are if you see them, they are like, oh, I'm fine, even, and then they fall, and then they have a rib broken, and they still cycle with a broken rib. Others say, oh no, I go home. Like the soccer games, they have a sprained ankle and they stop. And there they cycle another day with it.
Stop.
So they are very tough men.
Sky.
Hmm. Yeah. Of course, I have favorite cyclists, and of course, Boggy is one of them. But yeah, Wout van Aert, of course, too. And you would think Remco Evenepoel too, but he is a bit. His character is not nice for me. If he loses, he's angry. He's falling out to the other cyclists. Yeah. And then he is from Belgium, eh? Sky. Ik denk dat ze een potje wilt.
Maar zit hem al gekregen.
Dan wil ze naar haar bed. Ze zegt, ik wil naar boven.
Au. Weet je wie ze zitten? Sky. Hij kunt nog maar nu.
Sky. Wat wil je eten? Een ijsje.
Ja.
Ja, wat eet dan in een? How late is it already? Almost 1 o'clock. For this, I'm now at 31,670 stitches. That is 4.44%. And I was counting this week, and I was counting for 2,000 stitches on Kingdom to do each week, and it said 2,000 stitches on 3 days. How many stitches is that? And it was the devil number, 666. And it was like, yeah, it's a devil project too. Yeah, it has great colors. It took a long time to start to love this one. Especially after the first 2 pages of pencils, I was like, I'm done with it. And now it's better. It's like a learning curve. You have to, what do I say? Not appreciate, but you learn to love them. Ja. Zijn jullie nog niet moe? Almost 3 hours live. And almost my 600 stitches done. Is it a fair number for September? Is it for an event? I don't have issues with the number. It's because a supernatural, Crowley. If you don't know of new supernatural, that's
Fun.
not fun. But he has the number 666 on the phone.
En je tot wie daarna kunnen zeggen?
Ja, voor dog zelf. Oh, it's not meant as evil. Yeah, it's all like superstition, I think. Like 7 is the holy number and 666 is the devil number. It's just superstition. Like the black cats, all superstition. Yeah. Like number 13. Ah, it's a bad number. My son is born on the Friday the 13th. My youngest son. Is he bad because of that? No.
I agree. What did that?
Ik ga akkoord. It's not that bad. I know people, when it's Friday the 13th, they don't walk under a ladder. They even stay away from their own black cats. And I'm like, why? It's just a day like another day.
Is dat niet in een zwarte kat?
Ja?
De rechts en ja.
Yes, yes, yes.
I don't give credit to.
Ja.
Ook een akkoord.
I wish more people wouldn't do that than the black cats. And the black and white cats in the shelter would have found a home more easily.
En als je kat ernaast haalt, moet je ze ook halen.
Ja.
Of moet je weer in thuis zitten steken?
Now there are a lot of people dumping their pets, dogs, cats, because they want to go on traveling, or they're just like, oh, I don't want them anymore, or I want to go to my trip and I don't want to have a nanny for them. Let's say that. Which puzzle? Library of Dogs is framed. He is hanging on my wall. And now she's doing a tiger. And she has a Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. That's on her wall already. And the tiger now she's doing is mine. And he will go up in my room. But that is a tough one because she's already 3 days with it, busy.
Het zal 4 dagen worden.
And she says it will be 4 days.
Morgen had hij gezegd.
Tomorrow he will be finished.
Already, great job.
Yep. Today I bought some smaller puzzles for my youngest son, so he wouldn't sit watching TV all day. He also had his math he has to do every day, he has to read, but he has days he's like, oh, I forgot. But we already better with the math. He is already better. So that we learned him. I'm happy with that. We came from far. In the beginning he had all wrong, and now he has like 2 or 3 wrong. So it's drilling and training. He's like, oh no, not math again. And he has to, because in the next school year he has the...
Wat do je dit moet doen, dan heeft de hulp je allemaal juist. En vergeet het gewoon.
Yeah. Oh, that would be a lovely piece. A lovely puzzle. Ze zegt, ik heb een leeuwenpuzzel met 1000 verschillende foto's van katten. Do you have a photo for that one? Will you send it to me in a message? I want to see it. Yeah, math. Yeah, and the next school year he has the multiplications. Oh. So that's a drill again. So I want that he knows his deformant. The plus and min, the minus and the adding.
Good night,
Good night, Anna Karen. I'm close to have my 600 stitches on, and then I also will go to bed, I think.
I did it 20 years ago. Die puzzel.
Do you have it framed, your puzzle, Liz? I think it's Lisanne. Lisanne? I don't know. Maybe.
Good night. Maar die heb tegen die ander.
Yeah. I only have 30 stitches to go. So I think then I will say goodbye.
Het hangt al aan mijn muur.
Oh.
Als het 1000 fotootjes zijn, hoeveel stukjes moet dat dan worden?
Melissa. I was thinking of Lisanne from Small Town Stitches. But then, yeah, then it would be, I think Lisanne is Lisanne. She didn't shorten it. And I was thinking I would be able to do blooming whiskers after this one today. Not today. Allez, maybe it is today because it's after midnight, but not now. I started too late.
Toen ik boven ben geweest, zijn broer al met 23 aan het kijken waren.
Niet zoveel, hè? I don't think a lot of people are watching this live, but it's fine. I love this short, small group. Then I can more answer questions. If it's crowded more, it's more difficult. It's a good learning process. Next time I will probably need to post that I'm going live.
Yeah.
I already spent 30 minutes to get it set up. It was even 45 minutes. Yeah, it's technically today, but like in the afternoon. So Jeannette will know what I will stitch on next. Hello, Kate. Groceries. That's also a tough job. This one, Kate, as a jigsaw puzzle? Is it from Buffalo? I think this one is from, Buffalo. That's why I cannot find it here. Here we only have Ravensburger, Clementoni for puzzles, but not Buffalo. Truffle, Goliath, but not Buffalo. And they have beautiful pieces for jigsaw puzzles. Because I was going to search it and to buy it for my daughter so she could make this one as a puzzle, but then I couldn't buy it. So yeah, she have to wait for the stitch one. Ja, ze heeft het deze als puzzel. I saw there one with different dresses, also from Amy Stewart. It's not charted from Heaven and Earth Designs even. It's also a nice one. Different kind of dresses. A full room. With it. Focus event I have also. I was forgotten that one. For Kingdom. And I never beat you with Kingdom. I see there's sometimes people stitching stitches with 17,000 stitches on one whip in a month. That's not going to happen. Or finishes after each other. So doing a small one, finish, another one, small one, finish, another one. Yeah, that's not my style either. I love the big ones. So how could I be able to finish them in 2 days? Maybe as a vampire. Yeah, Vipri does that. I was talking to my husband and saying I need to find the youth of fountain, and he said no, as a vampire you are better, because then you can stitch faster. And in fact he is right with that. You don't are only immortal, but you are speed. You are strong and you are very fast. And you don't have to sleep, so that's your best way. And that's true. But I'm happy with each stitch I do on Kingdom. How many I did already do on Kingdom? I think 3,000 stitches this month. So not that bad. Yeah, yesterday I stitched on it too. So yeah, a bit more than 3,000. Nothing. Not good. Not good. This was a double stitch. It's one stitch. Oh, congratulations. That's a nice milestone. I was so excited when I had that number on the Kingdom. 100,000 stitches. It is a precious number. And every time when I have 1,000 stitches added, I feel it like a small milestone. And the page finish and the percentages, that's all my milestones. So when I have like 6%, then it's a new milestone. When I have 10,000 stitches, 11,000 stitches, all milestones for myself. And then yeah, you have the big milestones, of course, like the 100,000. Which head are you doing, Liz? 40,000. It's a good start. Is it the big one, a regular one, or tell me more? Yeah, Kingdom is like old. And I mean old, and I started him in 2020, but then I threw him in the closet for some years. And then my husband made it the wedding anniversary piece, and it had to be done before, what was it?
25ste?
Nee. 2034. So, stitch ahead in a decade. Then it was on Instagram, a hashtag. So I did that, stitches, yeah, in 10 years. So then I started it, and now I'm, 134,000 stitches on Kingdom. Past. So, in fact, I have to thank my husband for that because he challenged me. Yep. And that's the reason why I have a lot done on Kingdom. Oh no. Hi, Tracy. That is another nightmare. If your stuff gets destroyed through a tornado or fire or something, that's a real nightmare. Wow, Jeanette, Aquarius. I know that one. Which is the artist for that one? I see it before me, but I don't know the artist anymore. But that amount I have to do on Rainbow Tiger, and there I'm at 89,000 stitches it was, I think. I have some time to go on that one. Almost, and when it get to 100,000 stitches, it will be, again, wow, a big milestone. Yeah, I know how she looks, the Aquarius lady, but I don't know the artist anymore. I see her picture for me. She's not from Amy Stewart. Yeah, Pat Brennan, it is, yes. Now I remember. And I think she was a lot of blue. Also that when you have found the piece you want to stitch, then you find the courage. Yes, darling. But darling, Bluebell is all stitching blue. But MG, it's not because you start a full coverage that it's big, that you can't have a break from it. Like I said, I just told the story about Kingdom. I started it. I did the first 5,000 stitches and I put him in the closet because I didn't like the floss. I started with CXC floss. And it took courage to start again. But now I love it. Even it's confetti heavy and all the stuff. Like I said, you can learn to love your whips if you stitch on it every week. That's my experience. Tears of yesterday. I don't know if Tears of yesterday. So Kate, it's just one stitch at a time. A big full coverage, a small full coverage, even a kit that is a full coverage. It's only one stitch at a time. If you think a lot, you don't want to do it. So maybe I had to think more before I started everything. That's maybe my issue. But okay, it's too late for that. So yeah. I stitch more with my heart than with my head. If I like it, I want to stitch it. So, yeah. And if you have to say, and I cannot start it because I have so much, then you are feeling sad, and I don't want to feel sadness. I want to be happy. So, yeah. This is my 600 stitches. Haha, the vampire stitch. Yeah, it's late night. But then I love all that stuff. I love Supernatural. I love Twilight. I love all that. All those series. I love the Vampire Diaries. Yeah, RTC is also a great charter. That's true. But some people have fear to start a big one, but they say, oh, it's too big, I never can do that. You can. It's only one stitch at a time. But don't expect it will be finished in a month. That's the reason. That's the only reason. That's the only reason I can think. But even my kids, like New York, is over 100,000 stitches. You wouldn't think that. It is. Don't this look nice? Santa, kijk. Hoe mooi. Mijn stuk voor vandaag. Is het op tv? Dat stuk.
Ik heb nog een beetje gegeven.
Yeah, thanks. Janet, I said that once too. Oh, this will be quick done. And it isn't. That's a real floss tube thing, I think. This now looks very light. It's darker because I have my daylight lamp on. Katie, which version did you stitch? The supersized max color? I once said, I think it was a kit from Body Threads. Oh, I will finish that quickly. And I did a long time about it. But the teacher had it. You now already can see the next 600 stitches will be the row of this, row finish of this part. So we are getting closer to the page again. Where is the page? Here. That's the page of this one. But it will take longer because I will finish my rows. But then I will get two pages? Yeah. Then I get 2 pages after each other. Oh, regular size max color. I really think I didn't see it finished, so that's a pity. Maybe you can message me your photo of your finish, Kathy. I would like that. Which events do you mean? The focus event. No, it's one whip. And I always have issues with the monthly events. I know in January they ask to set goals, and then you have to put them in monthly goals and yearly goals, and then I mess up. Then I don't know where I have to put what. What I have to put in monthly focus, what I have to put in the yearly goals, I don't know. And the different passwords, that's confusing me. Which one from Stephanie Poumonlau you want as a max color expansion? Liz? I know She Sleeps is from Stephanie Poumonlau and she has a max color. How was it? Who is it? Nicole Simply a Stitcher has it finished, the max color version. of the ornament. She sleeps. The difference in color expansion, it goes up to 150 colors, and the max color it's 240. Yeah, you are admin now, so maybe you can help to get that better next year. So I don't understand for the monthly and yearly events why you cannot post everything in the same month, because you're stitching for the year. So if I say I do 5,000 stitches on Kingdom every month, I say something. Why do you have it posted in monthly and not the yearly? Or why do I have it posted both? I don't know. It's weird. The mini goals and the big goals. So that would be helpful if that was more explained what is where needed. Or maybe just do only monthly stitches and say at the end of the year how much you have done. Yeah. Why is it difficult? There's just some details like I just want to stitch. Oh. Can you see it? Wait, I will try to get it in a full view. Yeah. I moved my frame to get it in the right spot. Yeah, probably the admin. I loved the Letters of Fortune, but I didn't play it this year. Yeah, Liz, I know. I have that issue too. But I'm trying to call it the bucket list. I'd still post every photo with the code word on it. And then I add the number that I did. It's something I'm used to, so yeah. It's from Semi Sane Stitchers. Jeanette is a admin. And there you have a focus event, and there you pick a whip that you want to work on that month, and you can switch each month. But I'm sticking with Animal Kingdom there. Yeah, and you can start at any time throughout the month, MG. So you can still join in the focus event. The first of the month, you get a password or code word from Jeanette, and apparently it's only the first photo that needs that password. My name? No. Yeah. My real name, Liz, is not Jeanette. No, my name is Ellen. Ellen. But everyone knows me as Siske, and I tried to change my name to Siske to my real name, and then people say I don't know you, and I said you do know me, so I just let Siske stay. Which group? Semi-sane Stitchers. Yeah, my real name is Ellen. But everyone calls me Siske. Everywhere. See? But yeah. I even sometimes got mail with the name Siske. Ah, yeah. Jeannette is the admin from the focus event in Semi-Sane Stitches. Yeah. That was a moment I had first Siske Ellen to let them know that this was my name. But then, yeah, it was more confusing. So I left it out again. That was my attempt to go back to my real name. So I could leave Siske out, but then there was again from, who are you? So it's more how it's called? Not a nickname. I even got my neighbor asking my daughter, who is Siske? She's responding to your dad's posts. And I'm married with him. Yeah. Where did Siske come from? Yeah. We had a series that's called Siske the Rat. And I found that a funny name, so I did Siske. But it was with a C and I put an S. And it was funny, we were driving to the sea and we came to a French fry shop. And it was named Siske. So it was very funny to see that there. Yeah. It's known. And I'm good with that. And then I added Siske Stitches because some were like, what are you doing? And I said, I stitch. So that's why I came then with Siske Stitches on Floss too. And it's still, I think it's still in Discord for mid Siske Ellen. Because there they were confused too, so. Yeah, I will go to sleep. It's 20 after 1 midnight. At least it was fun to chat. I had fun. What? Yeah, and my daughter is saying that I have to announce it the next time. So I have more viewers. So yeah, I would say if you are going to bed, good night. And if not, have a nice day. Because we're from everywhere. And I will see you around on the groups or in my next Floss tube or next live. I don't know yet. But yeah, we will see each other again. Unless there's some questions still, then I go to sleep. I post my ending photos in battle. Yeah. So, then I will say goodbye. Bye. Yeah. How I still am awake because I slept long. But now I'm going to leave you. So, bye.